yeah, you got a lot of things going on. You got a new release coming, and Wicked Rock and Roll. And
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Is that released already?
It is. It's officially out for release on CD format, and you could get that on our webpage, wickedrockandrollofficial.com, or on Facebook, the band Wicked.
Right.
And then I think early next week, we're just waiting for Sony to pull the trigger. It'll be released on digital format, so iTunes, Spotify, Google, everything. So that we're really looking forward to that as well.
Cool. Danny Dahl, Wicked. Man, I know you guys quite a few years now and stuff like that.
I know. It's been great.
At least I'll get to see you guys live. I did get to see you for about 5 minutes when you opened for Crash Diet.
Oh, that's right. That show was so cool, Brian.
Right?
Oh, man. That brings back memories, because I always tell the story of how we were in there with, Peter London and Simon Cruz, and, we were hanging out with them, but we were all dressed up in our heels and everything, and Simon was like, dude, that is so cool. It reminds me of Wrathchild, UK. We used to listen to those guys all the time.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That was a great show. I mean, that place was so packed.
Yeah, it was. That was the good old days in New York City, Lower East Side rock and roll crowd, when we all used to go to the Wednesday night parties.
Right.
White Noise and everything. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I wish I would have got there a little earlier to catch more of your set, but at least I got a little bit of it. So, that's pretty cool. But I will get to see the whole set at, the New England Rock Fest when.
And that's going to be so cool. A couple of weeks here.
Right. Yeah. About 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I think that's the night of Mr. Big's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That green tinted '60s Mind stuff. Yeah, that stuff is so cool.
Right, and Eric Martin will be playing with the guys from Trickster too. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome to catch.
Right. Now, you did send me Wicked Life Alive, the album on white vinyl. That's still available for people to buy?
There are a few copies still available. We're dwindling down, but that's a very cool thing to have, because we're not going to repress that. And it's a live recorded album on white vinyl, and it was with our old drummer JP. But it is just like one of those things. It's like got all that energy, and it was back a few years now that we had done it, and it's just so raw, and it's got some songs that aren't out on anything else and might not come out on anything else. So it's a very cool little thing to have. The gatefold with some cool pictures, a lot of cool pictures of behind the scenes when we went to Rocklahoma a couple of times. So that's a cool collectible of Wicked's arsenal to have.
Oh, definitely. That's a big collectible. Probably a lot of people don't even want to play it, because...
I know, yeah, tell me about it.
I ain't touching it, I'm just leaving it that way, so...
Leave it that way, yeah, I hear you, man.
So did you guys release anything before that?
Before that was a limited CD release of something we called Origins, and that was really cool. Had some heavier stuff on it, and it had some songs that are still out there, like High Roller.
Right.
We always, we laugh, Rock and High Roller. We're like, man, those things keep coming back. People love them. They love those songs, and they're on the new, Rock and Roll album.
Right. Yeah. Actually, that's my favorite track. So,
which one?
High Roller.
Oh yeah,
that's so good.
Great.
That song. I mean, I only listened to the disc about an hour ago and stuff like that. I still got to catch up a couple more times before I get
cool.
But at least I got to hear it before the interview, so I was pretty happy.
That's great, man.
So tell me a little bit about Rocklahoma. That's an experience. We went twice. Rockeyez was there 2 times and stuff like that. It was amazing. We were actually there the tornado day. Yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah, you went that year. That's nuts. We were counting our blessings. We missed that.
Yeah.
But Rocklahoma, man, that's a trip for sure. I mean, it's so far out. People there are it's like a whole different world. It's you go to festivals and you get that experience, but there's something about Rocklahoma. I mean, they have a community there that comes back year after year, and and then you got the new faces too, but it's great. We got to go out all dressed up in our heels and leather, walk the field grounds, hand out flyers, promote your show, meet people, get to know people.
Right.
And then you play a couple of shows, and we're in the press tent. We're mixing it up with Hailstorm and a bunch of bands like that. And it was really cool. Like they look at you, they don't know who you are as a newer band, and they're like, "Holy crap, that's awesome!"
Right, yeah.
I always love that interaction where people you look up to, see you, and they're like, the up and coming band, and they're like, "Wow, like that's so cool,"
Right, yeah.
So that's definitely a treat. And man, Rocklahoma is just a blast. You go down there, and it's the whole trip too. In like the bus, and like kind of bonding as a family, and all those stories on the road and stuff. So it's definitely an awesome event, and we had a lot of fun and made a lot of fans.
Cool.
It's funny, after we did a couple of years there, we had some girls down in Oklahoma that bought us tickets to come down and see a KISS concert in Tulsa.
Wow.
And we walk into the arena, and we get them down there, and like everybody, every 5 people are saying, "Oh my God, Wicked, what are you doing here?" And it just shows like through and true, like how good Rocklahoma is, to get out there and get known. We had like pretty much the whole arena there already knew who we were.
Right. Wow. Did you play a side stage or the tent?
Yeah, it was on the retrospect stage.
Right, yeah.
Man, that was great. Sam did a good job, and it really went off well. It was awesome getting all the amps up there, because we do the whole stage setup. It's like a 70s KISS show. You got multiple Marshall stacks, amp peg bass rigs, a drum on a drum riser, that's just towering, and you got the smoke, everything, the lights, it's a spectacle, really, entertainment.
I'll tell you the truth, the side stages and the tent, I know the other bigger bands play the big stage, but all the fun's on the side stage and the tents.
Oh, you're not kidding, Brian. You're not kidding, man.
I mean, like, when I was there, I in a tent, we saw Wall Street. Okay,
Oh, those guys are great.
That was amazing. Like
those are some cool dudes.
Yeah, some of the best bands are on the side stage and the tents. So I'm happy to watch that all the time.
Absolutely.
So again, New England Rock Fest, August 17th and 18th. I really am looking forward to you guys to see the show.
I'm glad you're going to get to see it, because it's changed a lot since the last time you caught a couple of songs. We've really, we're hard workers, Brian. I mean, I think a lot of people out there know that.
Right.
But no one truly knows how much work goes into it. And I'm not going to drag it out, but the 4 of us boys, we got a house together. We moved in. We're scraping it. We're working. The streets. We're working day jobs. Really, day jobs that you might have to quit and then get another one just to keep money, and so we could have a place so we could practice and write, and we don't stop. It's not like every now and then Wicked will go out. We're working. We've got over 100-something songs that are fully written, gone through pre-production and demoed out, ready for the studio.
Right, yeah.
And it really made, picking songs for the new album Rock and Roll very difficult, because there's a lot of good songs.
Right, yeah.
And we had to narrow it down, but I think we got something that's really cool available out there for the fans now.
Wow. I think fans are going to be shocked. I think their mouth's going to open and, like, drop to the floor and say, "What the heck?" I really do.
We get that reaction, and it's cool, because I think, there's people, younger people, that have never seen anything like that. Music's taken its, cyclical turns and has changed a bit over the years, and there's not much of that arena rock out there. And then there's also fans, that have been there, and they've seen, like, KISS in '75, and they've seen David Bowie, and then all of a sudden, we get on stage, and it's like, they're like, "Holy cow, like, did these bands have, like, a child, and this is it?" You know what I mean? Where did this come from? And that's what we appreciate. We're there for, the young to the old, and giving them something, like those Alice Coopers back in the day used to bring, you know what I mean?
Right,
good songs, first and foremost, and a really fun night. You're getting your money's worth,
Definitely. Actually, I'm one of the guys that got to see KISS in '74 and '75. So
I'll tell you what, I love the photos that you put up.
Uh-huh.
That stuff is just a treat to see. Such a reminiscent, of those good old times, man.
Definitely.
Lucky.
Definitely. Now, after the New England Rock Fest, you got Rock and Skull in October too.
That's going to be a blast as well, Brian.
Right? You're going to see a lot
That's
of people
gonna be cool.
that never seen Wicked before, and are going to be shocked.
Yeah,
at that.
and we're doing I think the pre-party night and then the Friday the next day, and that's going to be cool. Like you said, a lot of new faces out there, and that's what we're doing. We're going to start tearing down some ground.
Right. Yeah.
When the album really gets out there on the digital format, Sony Orchard's going to start kicking up the marketing, and you're going to see a lot more too from Wicked.
Uh-huh.
We're planning the proper attack. We don't want to just shoot from the hip. It's got to be right. And when we come out and we really start a full out tour, it's
right.
going to be something to see, and it's going to be spot on. So I just tell the fans out there, get ready. It's brewing.
Cool. What with New England Rock Fest? What's your slot? Are you opening, or are you? What is it?
Yeah, I believe it's the beginning slot there on the 17th.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Man, fans are going to be, I think, shocked.
Yeah.
I
can't wait to see their faces, Brian.
Yeah, I can't either.
Cool.
I'll probably take some pictures of the crowd just to.
There you go.
Just to see their face, like, whoa, well, I don't know. I don't know if that crowd's kind of laid back or whatever, and that'll be even better.
You know what else is cool? Heading out, to that New England area, like Mass area, we've got a lot of fans already out there that have been dying for us to come out there. So this is going to be a great opportunity.
Cool.
We have a lot of friends in the Magic community out in Salem and stuff that are to come out, right. And it's going to be a treat to see them all out there.
Cool. Now, Robert, your producer, set this interview up for me. So tell me a little bit about him.
Oh, we call him Bob.
Uh-huh.
We always torture him. We get formal and call him Robert. But yeah, Bob Acquaviva, he's been very integral. He's like a fifth member of the band, really. Back when we first started, he was the moxie that got the whole thing together for us, because it was my brother Chad and I, and then we found the guys, and Bob was great. He really led us down the right path, and he's kind of like that arrow that keeps us on track. Not only is he a producer, and he's done some big things in the past when he had his studio Rock.
Right.
But he's dedicated. And he's had some amazing bands himself, but he's dedicated himself to being our manager. And on this record, he was the producer, and it's great. We write together, and we have a blast. We're like family. But he's that Sean Delaney like Kiss had for
right.
Wicked.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Cool. Well, it was good talking to you, and everybody support Wicked, the new album, Rock and Roll, and check it out. Check their website, check their videos on YouTube or their official site, and support them and go see them live. They're pretty amazing. I'm going to tell you myself, because I got to see them already. So, Danny, would you like to say anything conclusion to the fans out there?
Absolutely. I really appreciate it, Brian. And to the fans, we would just want to say thank you so much. When you come out to live shows and you support bands like us and the community and the scene, you keep rock and roll alive, and we can't wait to have fun and a blast out there and rock and roll with you. Get out there, check it out, wickedrockandrollofficial.com, Facebook, the band Wicked. And, Brian, I really appreciate you having me on, and I can't wait to see you all at New England Rock Fest.
Cool. See you later, Dan.
See you, Brian.
Bye-bye.